given during the state government team's visit to areas affected by Saturday, 4th of July heavy rainfall in the state. Again, Tunde Olaniro tells us more.
The current administration in Ogun State's mantra is to always be a methodical, proactive and inclusive in government. Guided by the prediction of the Nigerian Meteorological Association (NIMET), the Prince Dr. Abiodun-led administration took far-reaching decisions to ensure that heavy rainfalls do not cause havoc in the state anymore. Some of the efforts that came out of these decisions include the return of contractors to site of various road projects uncompleted by the immediate past administration, as well as the construction of 8-kilometer Elite Okeila-Ntoro Isaliake Road.
Same in Bonogun Obantoko. That's already in use. There are 3 phases in that one. Phase 1, 4.2 kilometers, and phase 2, 2.3 kilometers. It's already done. The binder cost is there. People are driving on it. But for the maintenance and for the road to last more than 15 years. So that's why they are putting additional layer of asphalt on it. But that doesn't stop the road from being used. So then the only one remaining right now still is the Elite Okeila-Ntoro Road. That's ongoing. The first section is almost finished.
Without this, the torrential rainfall of Saturday, 4th of July 2020 will have been more devastating. 2 ministries, Environment and Physical Planning and Urban Development, had also prepared for occurrences like these, with quite a lot of activities and sensitization of the public.
This year, as early as February, we went around, and then we went on radio and television to sensitize our people that this year has been predicted to have very heavy rainfall, and that we advise people who are on these low-lying areas to find some other safer, higher grounds to go at least during this season, so that no lives and properties will be lost. So we just want to appeal to our people to take government's advice, warnings whenever they are given, because it is in our people's interest. Because the government has a responsibility to protect life and property, and that is why those information, those warnings, those advice were given much earlier this year, and even during this pandemic.
As a Minister of Environment, we have been on this for a very long time. You are aware that we have been able to dredge most of these canals in the state. I've been doing that for a very long time. But of course, the rains will come. But again, our people also, they are the ones that we need to keep talking to. We have gone around, you have seen some of the effects of human activities. You have seen the effect of refuse dumps. You saw the other one there that was basically blocked by refuse. Yes, government, but will government be able to do everything? Government will come out, clean these canals. Our people will block them with their refuse.
Be that as it may, the Prince Dr. Abiodun administration continues to assure it will take every necessary step to ensure the persistent and yearly damage caused by torrential downpours is finally nipped in the bud. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
Away from that now, Nigeria has recorded 603 more coronavirus COVID-19 cases, raising the nation's total confirmed infections above the 28,000 mark. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, announced this in a late-night post via its verified Twitter handle on Saturday. It noted that the country now has 28,167 confirmed COVID-19 cases, out of which 634 people have lost the battle to the virus. A breakdown of the figure of new cases shows that of the 18 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Lagos has the highest with 135. Others include Edo 87, FCT 73, Rivers 67, Delta 62, Ogun 47, Kaduna 20, Plateau 19, Osun 17, Ondo 16, Enugu 15, Oyo 15, Borno 13, and Niger 6. The remaining states were Nasarawa 4, Kebbi 3, Kano 2, Sokoto 1, and Abia 1. On a positive note, a total of 393 Patients were successfully treated and discharged from various isolation centers across the country. This brings the number of those discharged so far to 11,462 active cases, now 16,071, and samples tested are 148,188. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, other government officials and Christian leaders on Sunday attended the interdenominational church prayer service against the COVID-19 pandemic. The service is a combination of 3 days of fasting and prayer organized by the Nigerian Inter-Religious Council. Meanwhile, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 had asked Christians and Muslims to resort to prayers as the number of COVID-19 cases continue to rise across the country. Islamic prayer was held on Friday in Abuja, where special prayers were rendered against the deadly virus. The National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has said it was currently analyzing the efficacy of about 20 different herbal products submitted to it by herbal practitioners as possible treatment for COVID-19. Director General of the agency, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, who disclosed this at an investigative hearing on research into the pandemic by the House of Representatives Committee on COVID-19, said after the evaluation, the agency will then come out with protocols for carrying out clinical trials on the products. She also disclosed that the agency has been heavily involved in clinical trials since COVID-19 because without NAFDAC approving clinical trials, there will be none in Nigeria unless it is not for finished products or medical devices. On his part, Director General of the Nigeria Institute for Medical Research, Obi Peter Adigwe, said the institute will present the final report of the evaluation of the Madagascar drug known as COVID Organic will be presented to the government within the next 1 week. Adigwe told the committee that it has already submitted a preliminary report on its investigation to the government, adding that the report indicates that some of the active ingredients in the COVID Organic are available in Nigeria. You're watching OGTV News. We take a quick break now and we will return with more news and report. Please just stay with us.
ShopRite's Big Red Carnival is back. And this year, we're big on low prices and big on savings with good deals like twin pack frozen chicken at 1,000 naira per kilogram. Buy a carton of 24 Malta Guinness 330 ml cans at only 2,899 naira 99 kobo. Get deals on what you need most from ShopRite's Big Red Carnival. Big on low prices, big on savings. Lower prices you can trust always.
Thank you for staying tuned. The Ogun State Police commanders want members of a notorious cult group planning to unleash terror and violence on Tuesday, 7th July 2020 across the state in order to mark what they called 7-7, to have a rethink and retrace their steps, as such move will be met with serious resistance from security agencies. According to a statement from the office of the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Kenneth Brimsey, members of the group are also planning to use the set date to initiate new members into their fold, after which they will engage their rival cult group in a supremacy battle, which may lead to loss of life and wanton destruction of property. The statement indicates that all the command's tactical squads, namely SAS, anti-cultist, anti-kidnapping, as well as all the DPOs and area commanders, have been put on red alert to nip in the bud any act capable of undermining the security of the state. The police command also warns that anybody involved in such act will be made to feel the full weight of the law, as it will not fold its hands, while some unscrupulous elements will be making life difficult for law-abiding citizens of the state. The command is appealing to parents and guardians to warn their wards to stay clear of any unlawful gathering on, before, and after the set date to prevent a I-know situation. Hoteliers planning to host or allow their facilities to be used for any court-related gatherings are also warned to desist, as owner of such facility too will be liable for prosecution. Members of the public are assured to go about their lawful business without fear or harassment or intimidation, as the commander is prepared to deal decisively with anybody who tries to breach the relative peace being enjoyed by the good people of the states. The chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress, Delta State, Goodluck Ofobruku, has been kidnapped. It was gathered that the union leader was kidnapped around 8 p.m. on Saturday while driving out of his house behind the immigration office along Ibusa-Asaba Road in the Delta State capital. It was learned that the hoodlums attacked a beer joint on the street before they kidnapped Ofobruku. The state NLC secretary, Innocent Ofoyade, told the media that Ofobruku was driving an NLC-branded Sienna bus to get drugs that night when the incident occurred. Ofoyade said he was intercepted by the hoodlums along a street, adding that the abductors were yet to establish contact with the family of the victim. The police public relations officer, Onome Onowakboyeya, who confirmed the abduction on Sunday, said it is a case of armed robbery and abduction. The PPRO said the police have started an investigation to secure his release. Wrongful conviction occurs when a person is sentenced and punished for a crime that he or she did not commit. It is seldom used as a legal defense in criminal and deportation proceedings. In this special report, Adebola Osomodo takes a look on how the society can undo the harm. A report.
Wrongful conviction refers to the sentencing of factually innocent persons. According to respondent, wrongful conviction can occur due to eyewitness misidentification, unvalidated forensic science, false confession, pleas, and prosecutorial misconduct, amongst others.
One of the reasons why the law made it mandatory that a defendant must have a lawyer to defend this case in court is that the lawyers will be able to fish out all the lacunas in the accusation of the persecution.
The criminal jurisdiction system in Nigeria is in three folds. It starts from the police, it moves to the court, and then to the correctional officers. But the foundation is the police. They are the investigating agency. So it is whatever they investigate that will be brought to the court.
And the moment they don't have any lawyer that can interpret their action appropriately, they ended up being wrongly convicted. And that is why we are trying to amend the Ogun State Citizens' Rights Law.
They add that the society has an obligation to promptly provide compassionate assistance to the wrongfully convicted persons.
Every stakeholder in the world, that means everybody. It is not, the buck doesn't stop at the table of the judiciary. It doesn't. It affects everyone. Everybody concerned with the administration of criminal justice is a stakeholder.
Many of us don't have, many litigants don't have money to appeal many of these judgments. They feel, let me just leave it that way. But once, I just want to encourage litigants to not to just stop at the high court level, at the lower court level. Once you feel a judgment is not satisfied, appeal court was established for that purpose.
The police have a lot to do in wrongful convictions. That's why lawyers should take it upon themselves to come to court. They shouldn't look at the monetary aspect.
So what we are trying to do as a house In fact, I just opened my file now. I titled the file just yesterday or so, which I called Bills in View. You see, I'll just bring it out. I said Bills in View. Inside this file, I have the criminal citizens' rights law, which I believe we need to look into as a way of providing necessary legal representation to poor indigents, poor citizens, so that they will not become victims of wrong conviction.
What are the basic steps to be taken when one is wrongfully convicted?
There's always a way out. In most cases, when we have capital offenses, once police arraign a particular suspect in court or defendant in court, that particular case will be subject of scrutiny by the Ministry of Justice, precisely Department of Public Prosecution.
They added.
Away from the shores of the country now, Madagascar has placed its capital Antananarivo under a fresh lockdown following a new surge in coronavirus infections. 2 months after the restrictions were eased, the presidency announced Sunday no traffic will be allowed in or out of the region starting Monday until July 20. A strict curfew will be imposed on street movement by people used to registering dozens of coronavirus cases a day. Madagascar has in recent days seen an exponential rise in daily numbers, jumping to a record 216 cases on Saturday. The latest tally came after 675 people were tested. Nearly 24,000 tests have so far been conducted on the impoverished island. By Sunday, the country had a cumulative 2,728 cases, including 29 deaths since the virus was first detected on the Indian Ocean island on March 20. All government meetings will now be held via video conferencing, while court hearings have been suspended. In April, President Andry Rajoelina launched a local herbal concoction he claimed prevents and cures the novel coronavirus. The potential benefits of COVID organics, a tonic derived from Artemisia, a plant with proven efficacy in malaria treatment, and other indigenous herbs have not been validated by any scientific study. The remains of Professor Alaba Adenuga have been laid to rest at the Muslim cemetery in Ijebu-Ode. Professor Alaba Adenuga, who died at the late hour of Friday, 3rd of July 2020, was confirmed to have died from complications of pneumonia. Sympathizers took turn out at the deceased residence to pay the family condolence visit and to console wife and children left behind. The children could not hold their grief as they were still in shock and disbelief.
He was a good man. Like, even though we're just daughters, and according to what the society thinks about daughters, how irrelevant they can be, it made us feel really important and make us feel like we're just being daughters. We're his sons and daughters in one gender. And he keeps telling us there's nothing a man can achieve that you can achieve. He ensured we all pursue the professional courses, and we all came out well.
One of the deceased friend who spoke with OGTV News described Professor Alaba Adenuga as a man of the people.
Professor Alaba happens to be one of us at Rotax Club of Nigeria, Ijebu-Ode. And the years I've known him, he's been a very good person. a very accommodating person, open-minded, and willing to help at any point in time. His death is a big shock. I don't know how to describe it, but I know we're going to miss him.
7th April 1963 in Ijebu, Professor Alaba Denuga was immediate past dean of the Faculty of Education and chairman Security Committee of the Olabisi Onabanjo University at Goiwoyi. He is survived by wife Dr. Titi Adenuga. The remains of Pa Amos Sunday Fatokun have been laid to rest with a call on Christians to live a life worthy of emulation as death is inevitable. Pastor Caleb Afolabi made the call in his service at the burial service for the deceased held at his residence, Biokuaraba in Ibadan. Our reporter, Moyioluwa Ajayi, covered the event, and our report is presented in this package.
The celebration of life for Pa Amos Sunday Fatokun, popularly known as Baba Hallelujah, began with a commendation service at his residence, Alaba village in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The family members were joined by friends to bid the deceased farewell. In his sermon at the service, Pastor Caleb Afolabi charges everyone, especially Christians, to make their stay on earth worthy living by serving God with their resources.
Jesus Christ started his ministry. I don't know what 30. I spent how many years? 3 years for his ministry. He has record. Where somebody has as many mason as possible. No mason in heaven.
He described the deceased as peaceful, patient and selfless, encouraging his children to emulate him. His wives and children also speak about their late father.
About money, I'm told you, Mama. If you are Gioma, good a comomana. Comomana. Baba si lowo lọ́wọ́. A máa fáwọn àyàwó náà láti fi jẹun torí pé ebi yìí pa wá.
Ọkọ dáadáa ni tọ́jú mi ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ó mi lọ́mọge. Mo sì bí àwọn ọmọ fún dáadáa. Àwọn ọmọ náà sì jọ pawọ́pọ̀ àtọ́jú wọn. Wọ́n sì yàn wọ́n yanjú. Àwọn ọmọ náà ṣoríire.
The path which we are following and that I'm following now, it happened to be the path he has put my feet on. So I will really miss him because he's a very spiritual man. He's a man that is loving, caring, and is ready to put down his life for others.
Praise be to God for everything. He has lived well and he died well.
The remains of Pa Amos Sunday Fatokun were thereafter laid to rest at his residence, where dust-to-dust rites were performed by children and family members.
Burial arrangement for Saola Depo Adeyemi Jibodu will on Monday 6th July 2020 commence with service of songs at 5 in the evening, while burial service holds on Tuesday 7th July 2020 at 10 in the morning. Saola Depo Adeyemi Jibodu was among others a member of Ogun State Committee on Prerogative of Mercy, an accomplished university administrator and a lawyer. Sir Oladipo Adeyemi Jibodu KJW was past lay president, Remo Diocese of Methodist Church Nigeria, Babaijo Methodist Church, Ijoku Shagamu, and former Odofin Akaribu of Remoland, aged 82. Sir Oladipo Adeyemi Jibodu KJW died on Monday 15th June 2020, and he is survived by wife, children, grandchildren, and siblings. In compliance with COVID-19 protocols, his burial will be a family affairs with clergies in attendance. We shall now survey the weather forecast for Monday. can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. And let's quickly remind you that you are streaming live on our website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. You can also join us on our social media platforms for more news and update. We are on Apple, Roku, Windows, BlackBerry, Facebook, and Android devices. That's it on our major news. Many thanks to you for joining us. I am Idowu Fabajo. Do have a lovely week.